Welcome to Kump. I should have faded that out or something. I made that.
You made it.
So I made it for the show so everyone could. It's President's Day.
President's Day.
Did that play with that nice little?
I think it works amazingly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I didn't want to get a copyright stroke.
Yeah.
So I programmed my own. I wanted Lucie didn't want me to bring my sampler in and do it live. Let's play it one more time.
Okay.
It's a little late tonal.
It's a hard cut into it.
Yeah.
But pretty impressive for 2 minutes before the show.
Oh yeah, I scraped it together really quickly.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
I feel like it's what you like. It's like if you were like Dr. What's that movie? Dr. Caligari's Cabinet.
The cabinet of Dr. Calgary.
Yeah, it's like if you were dosed with Rohypnol and then as a president, and then that's what's playing in your mind, and someone's like cutting your fingers off, sending them to your chief of staff, going, "You want your fucking Air Force One was wasn't a real movie. I'm the real guy. I'm the real guy from Air Force One. I don't care. My wife left me. I don't give a damn about this. What's this guy's name anyway? Roosevelt." It's like, no. That's not the same.
Happy President's Day.
Happy President's Day. We're doing a President's Day extravaganza. We're doing a whole. We're going to have lists. It's a combination of lists. It's going to be different types of lists of presidents.
Oh my God! If there's one thing everybody loves, it's a good list.
I mean, we're in the BuzzFeed listicle TikTok. Algorithm, just making piss all over ourselves. We're in the danger zone. So,
how do you feel about presidents? Were you ever really into presidents?
I can say every president.
I know you can.
I've
Why
done
don't
it
you
on
do
the
that
show.
for us right now?
I did it on the show a couple weeks ago. I'll do it again now. Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Beaver, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fremont, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield, Other, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, McKinley, Roosevelt, Taft, Wilson, Hurd, Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Ford. Wait, I got it right. Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon.
Don't let it fall apart now.
Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden. No, Trump, Biden. I memorized it in 8th grade. I forgot I haven't done the last part of the rhythm. So but I can do it all. When we do Jeopardy, I count back. We should have put the music better into that.
Yeah.
I want to keep playing that. I used to like the idea of becoming the president.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being. I still fantasize in the shower about being the president.
Really?
Yeah, I like the idea of being a just philosopher king.
Do you really do that?
I mean, when I get cracked out of Adderall, sometimes I'll just go crazy. I'm just fucking just think about.
Do you imagine giving fiery speeches?
Yeah, and just kind of going over the top of what they're trying to say. Like, I understand. You see, what they're trying to do is this, and I'm breaking it down for the public's benefit.
Right.
But I won't let them.
Yeah, like you're railroading people, but it's noble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you were a bigot, I'd make you look like a bigot.
Sure. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just go how it goes in your mind. I'll be the bigoted politician. I'm not saying that anyone's inferior to anyone. I'm just saying that maybe white people want their own country. And on top of that, I think
Mr. Speaker, can I have a moment?
Please,
can I have a moment, please?
This is very uncivil.
I cannot abide the cadence of your inequity. I cannot abide the impatience of your invirtuous nature. You are a slut-shaming whore, Mr. Speaker of the House. You are Babylon. Come, give it the tit. Give it the tit of Babylon. And Babylon fell to its side. Remember your Corinthians.
Kump. come.
I will come down upon you with piss and fury, with the shit of 1,000 men who work with their hands. Long live the United States of America. And God shame your damned eyes and your Percival. What does that mean? Percival. Yeah. Your pursed lips upon the devil's knave. I am cometh in the morning.
Honestly, you might win. You might win with a speech like that.
Yeah.
Like a vaguely anti-racist, but also just really weird speech.
Yeah.
Where nothing really makes sense.
Two boys enter a cave, one leaves a man. But who eats the sand? Chomping on the Leviathan that iseth your hand.
Governor Kump. I'm going to assume you're a governor at this point.
I thought I was the president.
No, you're running for president.
Oh, okay.
Governor Kump. You've been saying a lot of things tonight.
Yeah.
What are your actual, policies?
Legalized prostitution. But they have to be inside bunny ranches type situations. I don't want any street hookers.
So only women who reside at bunny ranches,
You go live at a bunny ranch.
where they're literally dehumanized by the owners of the ranch as bunnies and not as women. Like, why is that better?
It's just called a bunny ranch. You never watched that show on HBO, did you? They're fine.
They're
fine.
What's the problem with letting women run their own prostitution businesses?
Because they get hit. I won't let them get hit.
Are you going to personally?
Do you want hit women? Is that what you want?
Are you going to personally visit these bunny ranches?
Lord, give it my hand to take his hand away from a woman's face, please. I will not let you strike my whores.
Are you going to personally visit the bunny ranches?
Yes. Why wouldn't I?
How often?
I don't know, a couple times a week.
Couple of times a week?
Yeah.
All of the ranches?
No, there'll be like I'm like twice a week I'll go to a different bunny. But I'll make the circuit once every couple months. So every couple of months you can see the president of the United States in your bunny ranch. What's the problem with this?
I mean, look, I guess it's fine.
Hookers are good for the economy.
Look, I agree with legalizing prostitution. I just this
But
seems like a weird way to
if
do
you're gonna
it.
have sex with a prostitute, you gotta get pissed on too by the chef.
By the who's the chef?
Just keeps you humble.
Is the chef a euphemism for something, or is
he makes chicken fingers.
He's an actual chef.
He makes chicken fingers.
Okay.
People like chicken fingers. Also, I'm gonna outsource our economy to Halliburton.
What?
It's really efficient.
I thought you were like a man of the people or something.
Yeah, but they're just really efficient. They know how to run things better than us, our corrupt government. I'm being told that I should invade some Ukraine. I want to invade Ukraine.
Wait. It seems like you're just.
I feel like if we don't invade Ukraine, Russia's going to.
Okay, well, you just covered for yourself there, but it seemed like you just wanted to invade Ukraine because you got to invade something.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, why not use your powers to invade for something good? Why am I sit at the nave of a child's hand, listening to an old man speak untruths to a swan? Pour your inequity all over the piss. Meatloaf is on Tuesdays. Chicken fingers available every day.
Every day. Kump.
Yeah, play the music. Play this all the time.
All right, just a second.
Bring it up. I need it. I need my backing. This is my big finale.
Okay, you're on the stage. Everybody's chanting your name.
I have a boombox hidden that is playing this.
You destroyed your opponents verbally.
Yes.
What do you have to say to the public?
I have a prospect. I didn't want to say dream. I have a prospect for the American people. One tax, 60%, covers everything. You get a hooker, you get a chicken finger. You can be a hooker, but you gotta pay me. You gotta pay the piper. You gotta give me what's mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you like it?
You actually have one more minute of time, so would you like to say anything else in your conclusion?
I did not create that infection on my leg. That was done to me by political opponents who I have not ascertained yet. That infection is spreading, but it's not life-threatening. Don't worry about it. Also, I love my wife and my child. He's a bastard.
I think you could win with that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, how do you feel about presidents?
Presidents, I feel like I was like into a couple of them.
Like sexually?
No, well, not sexually.
The way you say about into them, like I get jealous. I'm sorry.
Not necessarily sexually, though certain presidents have been attractive.
Like who? Like John Tyler? Look at this guy. Look at that guy.
Look, John Tyler's not great. Honestly, I like Grant.
I feel like I'm Grant.
Maybe that's true. Maybe that's why I like him.
I mean, I don't know. Look, you have to do a blanket caveat for anything positive we say about these people.
Of course.
I don't know how racist they were. A lot of them were very racist.
I mean, look, Grant was at least on the right side of the war. He was probably racist anyway. But
they're drunk. He probably said stuff when he was drunk. He might have discussed use certain words and just discussing them like Rogan would.
He probably just went around to like brothels with black women working in them, and he would like kind of stumble in and he'd be wasted, and he'd have like vomit on his chin.
Yeah,
and he'd go up to them and be like, I was a big guy in the Union Army, and
top general, number one. I did a lot of stuff.
I did a lot of things.
A lot of people did McClellan.
I did a lot of things.
He couldn't win the war. I won the war.
I had a lot of thanks for beautiful ladies like you.
Yeah.
McClellan wasn't shit. Sherman was a fucking maniac.
I fucking call him up one day with a letter. And I'm like, what are you up to? And he responds, I'm burning down Atlanta. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing, Sherman? He's like, we're doing these Sherman that we're ripping up their railroad and we're like tying it around trees. Like, why? Why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
Go fight. Stop playing with train tracks. You think Sherman should have been president?
That would have been a wild ride. I one way or another.
Oh, sure.
It would have been great if we ended the war and then he became president and he just starts the war again.
What are you invading now? New York City. I'm about to do the most terrible thing that's ever been done. So who did you like though for real? Big Grant. You liked
Grant's a little. He's a little cutie pie. Other people. Fucking. I don't know. Was Eisenhower good? Was he any good? I remembered him being kind of attractive, but I might be remembering wrong.
He had that speech that they played in JFK about the military-industrial complex.
Oh yeah.
You should play. You want to play that?
Yeah.
This is iconic. This is
Let's see if he's hot.
I mean, he's not hot. I mean, look up Eisenhower in the war. You can see if he was sexy.
Oh, like young Eisenhower.
Yeah, wearing his little fucking Eisenhower jacket, the bomber jacket.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah, you get it.
He's a little
weird.
His lips are a little bit luscious for a man.
Sure. Yeah. Play his speech.
Okay.
How long is this?
House in the office of the President of the United States, we present an address by Dwight D. Eisenhower. This is the farewell address for President.
Just skim it. It's like, how long is it?
And television networks.
You gotta skim this.
Have since.
I knew we were going to pull this up.
The element during the war and immediate. Our basic purposes have been to keep the peace, to foster progress in human achievement,
just invade Iran,
and to enhance liberty, dignity, and
keeping the peace by overthrowing most of the day. Whatever.
Let me see if I can find a shorter version.
It doesn't matter. Everyone knows it. We wear the military-industrial complex. We get it.
A vital element in keeping the peace is our military establishment. Our arms must be mighty, ready for instant action, so that no potential aggressor may be tempted to risk his own destruction. Our military organization today bears little relation to that known of any of my predecessors in peacetime, or indeed by the fighting men of World War II or Korea. Until the latest of our world conflicts, the United States had no armaments industry. American makers of plowshares could, with time and as required, make swords.
It's too long.
Plowshares. Okay. I remember this being a lot more exciting.
Because they put it in JFK with that music under it, and he's like, beware the military-industrial complex. He's like, yeah, after he spends 10 minutes going like, look, we need this. If we get rid of this, we're
Here's the economy of plowshares works.
Look, you know what plow is?
But yeah, we basically took this speech, which was probably like a pretty complicated speech about like the economy and war and stuff, and like we basically cut it down so Eisenhower's just like a ghost,
right.
like a Dickensian
Beware
ghost.
the military-industrial complex.
Mankind was my business.
Was he in a wheelchair? No, right? He was cool. I'm not saying you're not cool if you're in a wheelchair. I mean, like, it worked. I mean, by cool, I meant, like, yeah, your legs worked. I'm sorry if you're in a wheelchair. You're still a hip dude. I wasn't in me like that. I mean,
I think his body worked.
Yeah, his body worked. Whatever.
Was he small?
What, are you saying people in wheelchairs' bodies don't work? I mean, technically, right? Yeah.
Oof. He was a small guy, though, right?
I don't know. Look up his height. Look up the man. I mean, a lot of these guys are probably small. Or smaller than like us. Look his height up.
Oh.
5'10"? No, he's fine. I mean, yeah, I know. I get. Well, this piece of shit was less than 6 foot. He was less than 6'2". I never date that fucking idiot.
I'm a height queen.
Yeah, you are. I'm whatever. Yeah.
No, but for some reason I thought I had heard that he was like. I thought I had heard somewhere that he was like 5'2".
Look up Truman. How tall was Truman?
5'9".
5'9". Okay.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. What was his whole thing? The buck stops here.
Yeah.
But your cock stops here because it doesn't work anymore. I used to look. I mean, should we do like a rundown of our like top? Should we do top 20? We'll go back and forth each.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna. All right. So basically, let's do. It's gonna be hard to rank. Should we just go in order of like your top, the best first? Because I want to put Obama like 15th. We should have been 9th.
Yeah.
Should we just go best first?
Yeah, best first.
Okay, I'll go first. Number 1, Jimmy Carter. Best president we ever had.
What?
People give him a lot of flack because he was I call him a pussy basically, and he was soft on military stuff.
Yeah.
And he was just a dumb peanut farmer whose brother made beer, Billy Beer. Look at Billy Beer.
Billy Beer.
Yeah. He had a brother named Billy Carter who was just a slob apparently. He made his beer called Billy Beer.
Oh God.
Yeah. He was a big party guy. But he actually started the whole...
How many times do you think like Carter's like advisors just came to him and were like, we got to do something about Billy. And
You want to assassinate him?
Jimmy Carter was like, you guys can't kill him.
Yeah. Do you realize what Nixon let us do? Yeah, I like Jimmy because just like people thought he was a bitch, but he started the whole Mujahideen thing in Afghanistan, and he wanted to make it their Vietnam, and he got really aggressive with the SALT treaty. He wasn't a pushover. He just got screwed by inflation, and yeah, like there's a few micromanaging things he did wrong.
Right.
But like, I don't think it was that bad. Like it got screwed. Like the Iran-Contra thing, he authorized Delta to go, rescue them. Like, the whole shit, the thing, like the helicopters crashed in the desert because no one knew how to like seal the gaskets from the desert. Honestly, like the sand got into the rotors and the gaskets. So I say Jimmy Carter because he's underrated. Everyone's like, Habitat for Humanity. He did fine. What do you think like Obama would have done in that situation? Nothing better.
Yeah.
Or who else? Or W. Bush?
Yeah.
Anyone.
Trump.
All right, so that's my number 1. It's Jimmy Carter.
Fair enough.
Who's your number 1?
My number 1 is Abraham Lincoln.
Oh,
and it's not just because he's the tallest president ever.
Okay.
But it doesn't hurt.
What else did he do?
I did consider just ranking the presidents by their height, but that would be kind of awkward because that would mean that Donald Trump was my 3rd favorite president of all time.
Is he third tallest?
Yeah.
Wow. How tall is he?
He's the 3rd tall. He's 6'3".
Wow.
He's half an inch shorter than Lyndon B. Johnson.
Wow. So also no one. Wow. So it's 6. He was only 6'4"? I thought he was taller than 6'4". I thought he was like 6'8".
Oh, Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like in every depiction of him, he's depicted as like freakishly tall.
Well, the average height was probably like 5'1".
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. He probably was a freak for the time.
Yeah.
Imagine a guy this tall, and this is also another thing. I won't even mention the whole like freeing the slaves and
well, he didn't actually free the slaves, did he?
the Emancipation.
Emancipation Proclamation didn't do anything.
Yeah, but it was a pretty important part. And also he went to court to defend
I'm being the
the
troll
actual
guy.
execution.
I'm being the troll guy.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it is an interesting thing because like it is weird. Why didn't you free the slaves that were in? And there's a reason, I think, but it just still seems weird.
And he did, like, look, he ultimately...
He started the war that freed the slaves. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's like, nitpick. He got his head blown off for it.
Yeah. Yeah, look, the guy got his head blown off.
Did he lose points for getting his head blown off?
Yes, it's kind of a pussy move to get your head. First of all, especially while you're like seeing some like play,
right.
Like it's like it's like stand up to your dumb wife.
I would have put like popcorn on the floor behind me and like outside the hallway or something crunchy. Like
you mean like kernels, not the actual popcorn?
No, I don't think you hear kernels. Well, are you thinking like Little Rascals, like he's gonna trip on it?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking just like you hear the noise, so you can kind of swing around. And I always have a gun on me, my gun hand.
And it's also like, why wasn't somebody standing behind him?
Because they wanted him to die. It was a conspiracy. It was
Nah.
Seward got stabbed or shot or something, right?
Yeah, she got stabbed.
It's no good.
No good.
All right, so
But also, look, there is something very impressive about a guy who's basically a freak, a physical freak.
Yeah.
Because he's all tall and lanky, and on top of it, he has a terrible voice. He had like a squeaky.
Hello, I'm Abraham Lincoln. I'm here to rule the world.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Day-Lewis did it. Honestly, sometimes that Daniel Day-Lewis film about Lincoln feels like a propaganda movie against Lincoln.
Oh, really?
Just because he's like such a freak. You just expect people to start throwing shit at him.
What's your deal?
Yeah. But it's like this he's basically, this guy must look like a monster to people.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he wins people over.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, half the
impressive.
country. Half the country seceded because he got elected.
We hate this guy's voice. We're leaving.
Oh, fuck this. Nope. We're out. My number 2 president is, let's see. I can't put Jefferson high, right? Well,
Why not?
Well, he's look. I was just reading this article about how much he was having sex with his underage slaves. It's like, no. It's like there's a line there, you know.
Yeah.
It's I get that he like wrote a nice little declaration.
Right.
Well, in time in human history, man gotta. I mean, it's so long. It goes on way too long anyway. The Declaration of Independence. Stupid.
Yeah, and honestly, if you read it for too long, it does get kind of racist too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right?
It
Yeah.
starts talking about like savage Indians.
Yeah. No good. I'm going to pick...
It is not the perfect document that people make it out to be.
I'm going to pick John Quincy Adams.
Okay.
Because he has all the boxes. He did the Amistad shit with those slaves when they get them free on the Amistad.
Really?
He was their lawyer.
He was?
Yeah.
That rules.
Did you ever saw Amistad?
No.
It's a good movie. I remember, but Anthony Hopkins plays him, and he's their lawyer.
Wow.
After he's president.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So he's good for black people, right? Like he's like maybe doesn't start a war. Sorry, didn't start a war. but he's also he probably had to deal with a prick dad. Because he's John Adams' son.
Yeah.
People call it nepotism, but I feel like John Adams is probably just a prick to him. And like he probably had like, he wouldn't let him cook eggs sometimes.
Right. Oh,
yeah. My dad.
Oh, yeah.
He'd like throw him against the wall and threaten to burn his house down. I can relate to that. So I'm going with him. But let's look at what are John Quincy Adams' like achievements. Write that. John Quincy Adams achievements. Please don't be racist. 10 major accomplishments of John Quincy Adams. Let's go through this.
He achieved expelling all Chinese from the United States.
Oh, no. What did it say?
He served as U.S. ambassador to several nations.
Well, that's not an achievement. I mean, it's a personal achievement. I mean, like, what did he get done?
He was the leading American negotiator in the Treaty of Ghent. That ended the War of 1812, I think.
All right, I guess. Did we win that?
That's pretty good.
I mean, I really hope he wrote the Star Spangled Banner or something.
Okay, well, this is just kind of like biased on the writer's part, but it's like John Quincy Adams is considered one of the greatest U.S. secretaries of state.
All right.
But it's like...
Whose was he?
James Monroe.
Well, Monroe Doctrine, right? Wasn't he just invading people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good for me here.
He negotiated the Florida Purchase Treaty with Spain. That's not an accomplishment.
The Louisiana Purchase?
No, the Florida Purchase.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, you can't have someone else controlling Florida, no matter how much it's full of alligators in Disney World.
Honestly, the Florida Purchase might not even be
Imagine if Florida was just like Germany.
Yeah.
That'd be like weird. Like, you have to go to Germany, you go to Disney World. Very weird. Anything else he did?
Oh, yeah. He authored the Monroe Doctrine.
Oh, this guy's looking bad. He freed those slaves. Did he get paid for that? He probably got paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah, probably. That's so fucking funny. This is only his number 6 accomplishment, according to this article. John Quincy Adams served as the 6th U.S. president from 1825 to 1829.
Wow. You didn't get much done?
Imagine writing a biography of John Quincy Adams and being like, like talking about writing your biography to someone.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's like, I'm just really fascinated by John Quincy Adams. In my opinion, probably the most significant chapter of his life was when he was president of the United States.
I mean, but it's not what they were doing. And I feel like he has in common with someone. I think like Trump would also do that.
Yeah.
He's like, he'd be like, oh, by the way, did you know he also was president at one point? Like he's just like, yeah, I did the Monroe Doctrine, did this. Oh, yeah, didn't do much as president.
Oh, here it is. John Quincy Adams was a prominent opponent of slavery.
There we go. I pick him good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go for your number 2.
Okay. Number 2. I'm going to go with James Madison.
Why?
I think James Madison, he's one of those like silent actors. I think he was a big like compromiser. Like he was, at least what I've heard about him is that he was like more adept at compromising.
Didn't he write the Constitution? Where's the compromise? He wrote the Constitution. I mean, you're talking about the 3/5 compromise? Oh God.
Not that. Honestly, I was going out on a limb on this one.
It's a minefield, huh?
I want to go James Madison, best and worst moments. Oh no.
What is it? Speak.
Oh no. James Madison was a bad president as he first willingly allowed slavery to be included in the U.S. Constitution.
Well, he didn't personally, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Just because he authored the Constitution didn't mean he ratified it.
I don't know that really proves he was any different than the other early founding fathers. But
right. But I mean, he probably wrote the 3/5 compromise.
The founding fathers.
Just right, who wrote the 3/5 compromise?
Yeah. Who wrote? Oh, God. I hope it's not Madison.
This should be a game show where you have to pick a president. Oh, James
Wilson. Thank God.
Yeah, And you just inched into the next round. You almost got. We should start a game show where it's like you have to pick the president who's like least likely to like who. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Intuitively, and like you have to pick a president that you like. I want to have dinner with him. It's called Dinner with the President. Yeah. You pick a president to have dinner with, and then you read a quote, like his quotes of dinner, and like I don't know.
Yeah, it's the president dating game show.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, number 3. This one's a little out there. I mean, he did the Civil Rights Act, I think, right? And he did some positive things. Known as a monster, though, might have involved Kennedy getting killed. But I just love the fact that Lyndon Johnson would piss and shit with his chief of staff having to watch him. He famously would like shit with the door open as a power move.
Oh wow!
And they have meetings while he's on the toilet taking a shit.
You like that?
I mean, it's just bold and interesting.
Yeah, you admire that.
I don't admire it, but I find it very captivating. I find it breathtaking. I just imagine like you be Lyndon Johnson.
Okay. Hey, I need to sign that.
I can come
bill.
back. I can come back.
Or veto it. I could also veto it. Come back here.
No, what do you need, sir?
Come back here. I'm talking to you about this bill.
Yeah, but you're like taking a shit.
And whether or not I'm going to veto it.
You're taking a shit. You're trying to do a power move on me by taking this shit, sir.
No, I just need to take a shit. And I need to talk to you.
You think you're so important, but there's plenty of time in the day for you to shit when you need to shit. I don't need to be here. If you want me to suck you off, it's not a way to get me to do it.
I don't want you to.
Then why are you shitting in front of me?
Look, if you started sucking my dick while I was shitting, I wouldn't stop you, probably.
Really? You don't have the power to do that?
I probably wouldn't stop you.
You're not powerful enough to stop me from sucking you off while you shit?
Look, I'm a man.
You can't stop a blumpkin?
I'm a man.
That's not. I don't think that's indicative of being a man, just getting your dick sucked while you take a shit. What are you talking about, sir?
I have needs.
Sir, why don't you just...
That's not why I'm taking a shit right now, and you know it. I'm not even hard.
So why are you taking a shit?
So just talk to me about this bill while I shit.
I'm not going to talk to you while you shit. I'm not some barnyard animal.
Look, I know you went to Harvard or whatever.
I went to Duke.
But it's like some of us are actually, if you're ever going to learn to communicate with salt of the earth people, like our constituents.
No one does this. No one shits while they talk.
You're going to need
That's what animals do.
You're going to need
animals shit while they talk.
You need to be expose yourself to the lives they lead.
You are so disconnected from the common man that you think that they hold meetings while they shit.
I think that why wouldn't they?
Because
it saves time. Don't they?
How it saves time?
What are you?
Everyone has to come to the bathroom to meet them there? What time is it saving? It's only a man of your power could even coordinate such an event.
Hey, you're still here.
Yeah, because I'm giving my mouth full to the supposed president who wasn't elected yet.
Like why don't we skip the part where you act all indignant about this and let's just talk about this bill? Because we both know that no matter what happens here. If I
did you do it? Did you ever do this to Jackie Kennedy? Did you ever make her watch you while you shit? That beautiful woman, beautiful Jackie O.
If I had, she would have handled it with more grace.
She would have pulled out a little gun and shot you in the chest.
You're handling it with right now.
I can't believe you killed her husband.
She's a very graceful woman. I love Jackie Kennedy.
You spilled her husband's brains all over her little pillbox hat.
Well, that doesn't mean I don't like her.
You got brains in her hat.
I mean, it wasn't. I can't help the direction the guy's brain blood goes.
You probably could. I thought you were just the president of the United States.
But it's like you got to take the shot. You got to take the shot. I wasn't trying to add insult to injury.
I got the microphone. I got you bastard.
Oh fuck.
And that was Bobcat Goldthwait actually did that.
Yeah.
That's what I was playing.
You want to do the Batman before we continue?
Okay, I guess we should get the Batman up. So this is I picked this one because he looks kind of like a president. This is the Flashpoint Batman. I've done the Flashpoint Batman before, but this is the variant with his hat off or his cowl off, whatever. So you just see it's Thomas Wayne, the Doctor.
Ooh.
Okay, it's actually
he's not Bruce Wayne.
No, he's not Bruce Wayne.
Why not?
Because, I mean, as we discussed the other time I did Flashpoint, this is the Flashpoint Batman. So basically, the Flash tries to save his mother's life by running really fast to go back in time, and ends up creating an alternate universe where it's like dystopian. And in this universe, Thomas Wayne, basically Joe Chill. I think it was Joe. I think it was still Joe Chill, but he shot Bruce Wayne instead of Martha and Thomas, little Bruce. So he's killed, and so it drove Thomas into madness.
Wow.
And it drove his mother, Martha, eventually into becoming the Joker. It was a little more far-fetched, but he's a very brutal Batman. He owns a casino.
Wait, so it's not Joker who kills Bruce?
That's never the case. It's Joe Chill. Even in Batman Begins, it's not the case. The only time I ever do that is like in like the Tim Burton Batman movie.
Oh, okay. But like, okay. So then he has to fight his wife?
I think, is that in the main Flashpoint? I think it's an addendum or something. He does that, yeah. But yeah, look, he's cool. He looks like a president, right? With his gray hair. He owns a casino.
Really?
Yeah. He's got guns. He's got little guns here. In his pockets. Or whatever. There's 2 guns.
So this Batman shoots people and kills them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a murderer, for sure. But he misses little Bruce. And he ends up helping the Flash. He's actually the first figure I ever bought.
Oh, really?
I did. I went to that local store that's near us, and they don't have a lot of selection. And so I got this one. So it's not my favorite or anything. I ended up getting the other. It was expensive to get the other one. It was like not super expensive. It was like $50. It was like they didn't make it anymore, and they ended up making more after that.
His face is kind of fat. That's Batman.
He's got jowls. He's like an old man.
He looks like he's holding his breath.
He's like 60 or 65 or something. Yeah, he's holding his breath. I mean, look, what would you do if our son was murdered? We'll pick out our roles. I would become, I would start a bakery. Because I would just be so unburdened. I'd be like, oh, I'd be sad that our kid was killed. But like, oh, I've always kind of wanted to bake. And now, look, I'm not going to say my son was a burden, but like, he took up a lot of my time. He was a good dad.
Okay, so bakery.
Yeah, I'm going to start a bakery, and we make all sorts of, and we make baked goods that would honor my son. Like, little like gingerbread men with like bullet wounds.
Oh God!
And like just kind of like little tombstone cookies. It was like name on it, and ghosts, funny ghosts. Challah bread that just says R.I.P. Bruce on it. I mean, like our son's also named Bruce.
Right.
Dead Bruce.
I think that might drive me. Look, I wasn't originally going to say that I would become the Joker,
right.
But I think you opening up an Our Dead Son themed bakery might turn me into the Joker.
Well, let's do a scenario where you come confronting me after, the bakery's been open for a year now. It's doing pretty decently.
Okay.
Well, you're not the Joker yet.
No, I want to be the Joker.
Be a little, all right. All right. Hey, honey, how are you?
Hello. Honey.
Hi.
I have something to tell you.
Sure.
I'm evil now.
You're evil?
Yeah. And crazy.
Wow.
And a genius.
I have not seen this. Well, I mean, I've seen you play Jeopardy. Let's chill out on that. Genius. I mean, you're fine. But yeah, okay. So what was you evil? You're saying what was this?
And you've turned me evil by opening this Our Dead Son bakery.
First of all, it's not called Our Dead Son Bakery. It's called My Dead Son Bakery because you chose not to invest. It could have been Our Dead Son Bakery, but you didn't want to take any money out of your retirement fund. So piss off on that front. But sweetie, I love you. What's this evil thing? What are you doing? Are you killing kids?
I've poisoned all your cookies.
You poisoned my... I'm sold out right now.
I know.
So all these people who bought these cookies...
You just killed dozens of people.
Well, you killed them.
With your poison
Really,
cookies.
you killed them.
With your poison cookies. Yeah, but I'm gaslighting you.
I mean,
I think it's your fault.
No. You don't want to poison. I don't even care at all.
That's part of being an evil, crazy genius.
I don't feel an ounce of shame.
You turn it around on people.
I can objectively say this is horrible, but I don't feel at all responsible. You came broken in here and poisoned my cookies?
You wanted to make a profit off of your dead son making cookies, and now all your customers are dead.
What, it'd be better if I gave away the cookies? Like, it's honoring him. These slobs. I mean, his money is going to pay for, things I like.
Things what things?
Car and the new gun, the wave around to people. Prostitutes at the Bunny Ranch.
Oh yeah, you know that woman you've been seeing?
Oh,
the woman you're kind of falling for at the Bunny Ranch?
Yeah, Talabaliqua.
Talabaliqua. Well,
Talia Shore. Wait, Talia Ghul.
Talia Ghul.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I have her at a secret location.
Let her go.
She's dangling over a vat of acid.
Okay, just let her go.
And
what are you doing? Why are you doing that?
And you did that.
You're being a real bitch. What are you doing? Just let her go.
Look, I spent hours putting on this Joker makeup.
What?
All I want you to do is
I thought you were just drunk. You did it on purpose? Oh God, you're getting bad.
All I want is for you to notice me and
I know
care about me.
Look, I know the problem is that I notice you. That's the problem here.
And now Talia Ghul is gonna pay for your transgression.
Your dad's like a
Batman.
Your dad's like a master assassin. He's gonna kill you.
He's gonna pay for.
Her dad is like literally the head of the League of Assassins.
How do you feel, Batman? That everyone else pays for your sins. How does it feel?
It's called Batman Bakery, but I'm not like a Batman.
Like, well, I'm the Joker, so you have to be Batman.
You are just exhausting.
You have 6 hours to save Talia Ghul.
Fuck her. Whatever. I'm not dealing with this. I'm gonna.
Oh well, that's typical.
I'm gonna call my lawyer. You're such a stupid bitch. I hate you. Fun.
Also, my lawyers are asking for 40% of the bakery's profits.
You didn't do shit to this bakery. You poisoned everyone. I don't have any customers anymore. There are no profits. You're welcome.
I'm entitled to alimony.
Oh, God. It's not right. It's not fair. Okay, so that was your weekly Batman dose.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was nice.
Back to the presidents.
Back to the president. So I did number 3, Johnson, right?
Yes.
Who is your number 3?
Oh shit. Probably. I will go FDR.
FDR. Explain yourself.
He brought us back from the Depression.
He started the Depression?
No, we didn't start the Depression.
Some people argue he did. Some people argue that he he
definitely didn't start the Depression.
Some people argue he did. Some people argue that his plans.
The Depression was in full swing under Hoover.
It started under Hoover, but some people argue it really got going under FDR. He cemented it. I'm just saying some people make the argument.
Maybe, but more importantly,
I'm just saying some people make the argument.
But more importantly, he was in a wheelchair and he fucked his cousin, which to me is kind of impressive.
Wait, was his wife his cousin, or he just fucked his cousin separately?
He fucked his cousin.
He had an affair with his cousin?
He had a cousin side bitch in a wheelchair.
That is nice. Was she hot? Bring up a picture of FDR's cousin that he fucked. I would love the idea of get me out of my chair. Get me out. I'm going to fuck you. Or they fuck in the chair. I don't want to make light of people in wheelchairs. They don't have. I mean, typically they have really good upper bodies and they can pull themselves like Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump. But I don't know if FDR did.
Oh my God! Look at this. His cousin and lover.
Yeah.
Was named. Wait for it. Her name was Daisy Suckley.
Jackpot.
Jackpot.
Let's see her. Bring up a picture of Daisy Suckley. Oh, man.
Not bad.
She's not bad. I can fuck with that. You think he bit her clit?
Probably.
Yeah. No, Daisy Suckley's not terrible. Pretty good.
Also, he had a pretty long list of mistresses, I guess. That's impressive when you're in a wheelchair. I
mean, look, you're one of the most rich, powerful men in the world.
Yeah, but you get a look at that wheelchair. You're just like...
What? Were you Ken Jennings?
I wouldn't agree with him that there's nothing sadder than a hot person in a wheelchair, but there is nothing sadder than a hot president.
If I was a president, I would cut my legs off. And I would just roll around going, I'm the fucking president. Fuck you. I would hang out with only handicapped people or handy-capable people. I would just scream. I would have he's my State of the Union. Introduce me to the State of the Union.
And now here is the president, Raymond Kump.
That's how you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the United States, Raymond Kump.
All right, play my little song.
Great. This is the most high maintenance State of the Union ever.
They have to play. Don't they play it when you come in? My fellow Americans, thank you for coming. All right, sit down. Stop clapping. Stop clapping. I'll kick your fucking face in.
Come.
Enough of that.
Come.
This is not a ball game.
4 more years.
I'm already in my second term. Don't subvert democracy. Listen up, you ableist fucks. You see me, I'm in a wheelchair, and I'm not like I did it on purpose to make solidarity with other people in wheelchairs. I hate you people who aren't in wheelchairs. This is my new thing. Goodbye.
Well, usually State of the Unions are longer than that, but that was President Raymond Kump, who has just admitted to mutilating himself.
Bastards! Ableist bastards! Anyway.
Should we go with our bottom 3?
Okay, we can do that because we're not going to get through all 20. First, we had one of our patrons. We did the Patreon earlier today, and we didn't give people much time. But we have a couple questions from our patrons.
Okay.
One was and I'll look up, but which president would you pick to be the vice president of?
Oh, that I would want to be their vice president?
Yes. Just come.
Probably LBJ because he definitely wouldn't murder me.
Why wouldn't he murder you?
Because I wouldn't there would be I would be no threat to him. Like it's like he's already at the top dog, so I wouldn't have to worry about getting shot in the head.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. I mean, most presidents wouldn't kill you. Why would anyone kill their vice president?
I don't know. Trump seemed to kind of want to get Pence killed a little bit.
That is true. I would be. Let me think. Can I just pick Kennedy?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be too mean, right? I would be Obama's.
Really?
Yeah. Cause I would just go around the West Wing. I'm like, you better not be racist. He is more qualified than anyone I've ever. Shut your mouth. Don't you dare be racist. I know what you're thinking. Racist piece of shit. Probably ableist too. You motherfucker! So we're in a meeting. I'm Vice President Kump. We're discussing what's a hotbed issue.
Ukraine, Russia.
Okay, who would be opposing me?
I would be talking about how look, we really need to get Ukraine in NATO right now.
Hey,
what?
I don't mean to because you stepped on my toe. It's not really what I want to do. It's not my plan.
Okay, well, you don't really have a plan. You're the vice president. The president can have a plan.
What's our plan?
All right. Well, it seems like you're kind of backseat driving here, but okay.
Well, you're meeting with me. You're not meeting with you're not important enough to meet with the president, apparently. So let's not get snippy.
I'm the Secretary of Defense. I think I'm actually more important in this situation than you.
I think you're being a bit racist here. You seem racist.
Against you?
You seem racist against black people.
I don't see how that's the case at all.
Are you married to a black person?
No.
Well, it's not great.
Are you married to a black person?
My wife died. Famously, along with my son.
Did
in a car crash.
Did you remarry to a black person?
I have plans to. I'm trying to meet someone.
So you're going to divorce Dr. Jill Biden and marry a black woman? Just so you can win this argument with me.
Not just this argument. I bring this up a lot. So I'm going to tell everyone you're racist.
Well, like, you know what? That's fine, because I'll give them the context and they'll realize that you shouldn't have even been at this meeting, much less impugning my
I'm going to tell the president to make me the Secretary of Defense also.
I don't think that's possible.
I can be both.
You can't be both.
Kissinger did 2 jobs. Why can't I?
Look, Mr. President,
You smell like piss.
Mr. President,
You smell like piss. And I'm the vice president. Don't you dare impugn a beautiful, powerful black man by trying to make me. You think just because I'm white, he's black, I'm the president? You racist.
Like, I'm pretty sure I'm being gaslit here, but just in case I'm not, Mr. President, I really am not. I'm not racist. I have deep respect for. I have nothing but respect for you.
I'm not the president.
No, but I assume that the President Obama's in the room.
Oh, so this whole time Obama was in the room?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that would be awkward. I assumed that he was so. I thought this whole time, like, I was like, you were meeting with me. Well, this makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why they're doing the whole thing. Well, you're not meeting with the president. Makes more sense. Okay. So that's who. So you said you'd be.
Or maybe William Henry Harrison.
Why? He died?
Because he's out.
But you wouldn't want to be Kennedy's? You wouldn't want that bloody legacy?
Yeah, I just want him to die because of dumb slugs. Dumb slug medicine.
They gave him slugs?
Oh yeah, they put the slugs on
Kennedy
him.
got some slugs too.
Yeah, Washington got
head.
some slugs.
Right in the head.
Oh right. Those kinds of slugs.
Yeah, technically it wasn't slugs, but whatever. Okay, so top 3 worst presidents. So you go number 1.
Worst presidents. Okay. You go first.
Okay. I'm going to go George Washington.
Okay.
I just hate how he started his whole president thing. Like they should they offered him to be king. I always thought that was a myth, but apparently they did try to get him to be king at some point.
Yeah.
And he said no, which is just he's just a bitch move.
Yeah.
We could have a king. I mean, it's so nice. And then and stupid Harry and Meghan, we don't have to worry about that. We just have we'd have I could be king maybe. How amazing would it be to be king? Get elected.
That'd be pretty cool.
Be elected king. Why? Just do everything the same, but call it a king. You're an elected king. Are you elected? Type in that. Are there any elected kings? I feel like there might be. It goes against what you intuitively think, but
okay. So I guess Sweden elected royalty at some point.
cool.
Belgium elected royalty.
Sick. Well, they're pretty brutal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. So I say George Washington. I hate that whole cherry tree story. Liar. Piece of shit. I hate how he had wooden teeth. I hate how he just fucking was a phony. The whole Delaware thing. He didn't win the war. The French won the war. And he acted like a big shot. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
There was some war. I remember in college, there was some war. I forget what battle. But the British, I don't know if it was Cornwallis or not, but whatever the British general was, he wanted to surrender. And he handed his sword. He was handing it to the French, was it Lafayette maybe or whoever?
Yeah.
And he's like, This is what my teacher. The way my teacher did it was like this. Yes, forgive the act. I'm not. If it's ahistorical, it's my teacher's fault. He's like, he's like, do it and give it to Washington. So
Mine,
little bitch.
yeah, a good point.
Thank you.
Mine is Rutherford B. Hayes.
Really? Explain. I don't know anything about him.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
We know nothing about him, and he somehow slipped into the presidency, like a little sneak. And
How?
he has a dumb beard.
Which one is he? Where is he?
He's the one with a dumb beard. He's between Grant and Garfield.
Let's see. Grant.
And it's so much more insulting that he's right between those two.
He looks like Lee, doesn't he? Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. I think this is actually Robert E. Lee in disguise, running for president. And
what was that quote from the Civil War book we were reading?
Yeah.
I only wish I could own all the slaves. I wish. What was that?
The quote is, it's a very cheeky quote. It's I wish I could own all the slaves in the world. ... Wait for it. Because I would free them all just to end this god awful war.
As soon as I died. Yeah. So if that is Robert E. Lee, then that's not good. Because that guy was bad. No, worst 3. Harry Truman.
For a second, I thought you said Harriet Tubman. Okay, Harry Truman. Why?
I just hate his little pencil dick glasses and his fucking stupid Midwestern folksy bullshit. He's like, "Oh, the buck stops here." I did that already. Like, I hate it.
Yeah,
it makes me so mad. And he just drops an A-bomb.
Right.
Drops 2 bombs in Japan, and then actually he's a folksy Midwestern. The guy's a fucking sociopath. And look, he looks like a guy who like. He looks like a guy who runs like a 1920s deli or like a stationery store, and that he accuses like black kids of shoplifting and he cuts their fingers off.
Yeah.
Or he looks like a guy who would do one thing where he'd rip off one fingernail and then send him home. And he finds out later he didn't even steal. Yeah. Some white kid stole. So that's my impression of him.
All right, my second worst is William McKinley, because I used to know this girl who constantly claimed to be a distant relative of William McKinley.
Really?
And she just came off like a fucking liar. Like I never believed her. Yeah,
she's definitely lying.
She's always bragging about it.
Total liar. F that B.
And I just feel like she just probably comes from a long line of liars.
Yeah. And McKinley was a liar.
Yeah.
She was actually related to him, and he was a liar.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I don't believe she was related to him at all, so it runs in her blood.
Let's see. Number 3. My number 3 worst president. Teddy Roosevelt. Just his dumb, I want to be a man vibe. I'm going to go hunt an elephant. I'm a big fat idiot. And I'm gonna start a military unit, and we're gonna invade Mexico. It's like, you little bitch. I know the Rough Riders did stuff, I guess, but I think they just brutalized and raped people probably. They're probably just a strike team in the Shield. They would just go and steal shit.
Yeah.
And then they would just invade towns when he's probably I feel like the Rough. I don't know much about the Rough Riders, but I assume the Mexican troops would go to battle. And Teddy Roosevelt with a group of bandits, and to sneak into these towns that are undefended now, and the men aren't even there, and just steal and kill people and rape the women. Just a bunch of cowards riding around.
Yeah,
that's my impression of the Rough Riders. I don't like his fucking face. I don't like his stupid vibe. He's from Long Island. Or at least his house is there. I don't know. Is this Teddy Roosevelt with Sagamore Hill or whatever?
Right.
Hate him. Are you?
Third worst president, John F. Kennedy.
Wow.
Because
so you don't give a shit that he was assassinated.
Well, here's the thing. It actually has to do with his assassination.
Oh, really?
So
too stupid to not get assassinated?
Well, that's kind of it. Remember JFK, where they're kind of describing how the Secret Service or whatever was kind of being oh, we got cut off on this route, we have to go here.
Yeah.
Where there's more kind of uncharted area.
Yeah.
Where more, you're basically you're more vulnerable. But they were oh, we have to switch this this route. Right. Well, at that moment, it's you're such a savvy young man. Why not just be no, we're not going there. Stop the parade. So
you think so the guy who got in bed with the mob and stole the election in Chicago, stole the presidency, only to turn on the mob.
Yeah.
The guy who, along with his brother, tag team Marilyn Monroe and force fed her pills until she died. You think he would have been more endearing if he was also just nitpicking the Secret Service. Why are we going this way? Oh, why are we going this way?
I'm just saying at this point, you know, it's like, you remember Goodfellas where Jimmy...
lasagna?
where Jimmy is trying to get Karen to look at these dresses.
Yeah. No, it's over there.
It's
over
just,
there.
it's just over here. It's just over here.
Over here.
And at the last minute, Karen just kind of like books it. Like she's like, this guy's about to fucking kill me.
Yeah, well, because a mobster who has every reason in the world to kill her might be trying to kill her. Versus like Secret Service, who's like, you know, like legally enacted to save his life.
I'm just saying, Karen knew what was up.
Yeah.
If Kennedy, imagine if Kennedy stabbed his own assassination and then went on TV the next day and went like, oh, you tried to get me?
You're thinking of Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. I think you should buy American. All right.
Yeah. He could have had a Harvey Dent moment and instead look at him.
Yeah, you're right. More fool him. All right. Well, this has been fun. I mean, we could do hours of this stuff.
Were there any other questions from the Patreon?
No, something about Taft. Was Taft sad because he was fat? I don't know what to tell you.
But I think that he probably enjoyed himself.
Secretly depressed and upset with his obesity, or he embraced his famous moniker Tubby Taft. I don't think they call him through his face Tubby Taft.
Yeah.
I think it's just a dig at me. Low key. All right. You got anything to say or?
I don't think so. God bless the presidents.
No, I mean, look.
Not all of them.
They can handle themselves.
Not all of them.
Look, let God sort it. I don't know.
Yeah, look, fair enough.
I got look, God bless who's gonna bless. Who might tell God? Thanks so much for tuning in. You can check out the Patreon. We get extra episodes every week for $5 a month. That's fun. If you like this, you might like that. So just the link's in the bio or description, whatever. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Happy President's Day. See you guys soon.